going on, y'all? So, we're back with another review. This time for Stargirl, Season 3, Episode 5. I think, was it Episode 5? I got it pulled up right here, I can tell you in a minute. Yep, Episode 5. As well, I don't have to tell you, you already see it. It's in the title, so by the time you see it, I don't know why I said that. You see it. Episode 5 called Frenemies Chapter 5, The Thief. This episode was okay. It was decent. I'm not gonna say it wasn't like good. Like I guess you could say very good or whatever. But it was a decent episode. I was into it a little bit. You know, I found myself at times drifting off looking into my phone while the show was playing. But for the sake of my job here as a YouTuber, I had to go back and make sure I seen everything. So let me get you a synopsis, then we're going to break down the review here. It says, as Courtney continues to secretly help Cameron, the team knows that she's pulling away from her role as the JSA leader. Mike and Joaquin approach Cindy with a proposition. Yolanda's decision to follow her intuition, leads her to make a shocking discovery. So, the thief. This episode is about Cindy Berman. This episode shows what. I won't say it shows all of what happened to the gambler, but it shows that it shows enough to allude to that Cindy might have been the one who stabbed the gambler, and it shows what was happening leading up to Courtney, making their way to the gambler's trailer, where she finds the laptop or whatnot, and she does have, like, the only thing I would say that she told the truth about was the gun going off. She did legit tell the truth about that. The gun did just go off, but not because she just picked it up and it went off. She had some type of weird convulsion that made her accidentally squeeze the trigger. Like, it looked like she's trying to fix herself, basically. And when she picked up the gun, you heard some type of snapping and motion, like with her arm, and she just like really couldn't like control it. Like she had like a weird spasm, and she accidentally squeezed the trigger and pulled the gun. The gun went off. This leads to the team. And then once that happens, it jumps back to the present, where now we go back to where we are days after that, and the team is still trying to figure out who stole the gambler's laptop. And that's like your central story here, where at least that revelation is fine for at least for one person, Yolanda. If that revelation comes to a close on who stole the laptop. But yeah, what was the boy? Mike and Joaquin. After Cindy, helps them out with a bully, they try to proposition her because they trying to start their own team. Mike is up. I guess Mike and Joaquin are upset that they're not officially part of the JSA, so they trying to start their own team. They try to proposition Cindy to join them, and Cindy and Courtney actually do some bonding in this episode, over Cameron. This is my transition to the Courtney and Cameron parts. Courtney, who is basically falling for Cameron, she's beginning. The reason why she's beginning to pull away because she's in love. So she kind of sort of is okay with Starman, being Starman for a while. Sylvester, she's okay with him being Starman for a while because she's pretty focused on her relationship with Cameron, and she's trying to helping Cameron control his powers. And this is the Cindy and Courtney bonding was because Cindy basically went to her about telling Cameron about the truth about his father, but Cindy reminded her that why I put him through the pain that me and you have went through. And you know what? Throughout the whole suspiciousness with Cindy, she made a good point. Though I don't know if you still should lie to someone about the truth about their parent, but she did make a good point that they both suffered trauma for knowing the truth about their parents. Cindy, knowing her father, the Dragon King, was just basically an asshole, and he wasn't going to never be a father to her, and basically abused her. And she reminded Courtney that, finding out that Starman was your father and that your real father was just some guy who didn't want you. Cameron, why put Cameron, in that same hurt. She advised Courtney not to tell Cameron the truth because you'll just make him a part of our group of kids who basically have deadbeat, not good fathers. But yeah, the team does take a notice that Sylvester is taking point. Sylvester has another freak out in this episode, showing that he has like some type. You basically by now you understand that Sylvester got some form of PTSD for being killed and brought back to life by the JSA. I mean, not by the JSA, by the staff, but the ISA basically causing him to have PTSD. It's like he instantly gets like triggered when he sees them because it reminds him of everything he hates. Trying to figure out one more talking point before I end this video. Did I cover everything? There was a little mini scuffle fight with Courtney in the game because when they found out that she was interested in Cameron, and she was like, I think Yolanda was the one who said something about she didn't approve of. The reason why they didn't approve of her dating Cameron was because he's like her. She said something about him being like his father, but Courtney interrupted saying that he's no more his father than I am my father. And Yolanda really realized she kind of messed up with that comment because that could be true. He could not be his father. She could be. She realized I might be judgy because Courtney's right. She's not her father, and he don't have to be his. But there is some weirdness going on with I think there is some like hints to some weirdness with him and his grandparents, and there might be some. It could be like they hinted towards it, but not really sure. We only 5 episodes in, but it seems like there is hinted to some type of weirdness there. You'll notice it when you see it. With him and Cameron. With Cameron and Courtney hanging out, and then you see some type of weirdness there where I don't know. Cameron and his grandpa might be up to something. Beth cheats on the test by accident anyway. So to end this and to end the review, Yolanda basically she tells the team and Sylvester that she has an instinct about. So Sylvester helps the Hour Man. I forgot the boy's name. That's Hour Man, but Sylvester helps him somewhat. Maybe that might have been wrong advice. Might not be. Time will tell. But I would say it was sound advice because he did warn him there was a reason why Our Man put that time limit restriction on there. So, that could be, he told him to be careful because there was a reason why he did that. But yeah, the Yolanda tells everybody about her intuition there's something that Cindy's not telling them, and Yolanda finds it or follows her intuition and finds who took the laptop. With all that being said, this was a decent episode. I'm not gonna say it wasn't bad. I'm gonna give this episode a 7 out of 10 because it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. It could have been a lot better. Oh yeah, Artemis' parents also did some investigating and found out that the gambler paid back almost everybody he swindled or blackmailed money to, which they said for the first time since this all started, they actually were starting to believe that the gambler really did turn over a new leaf. But yeah, this episode was good. It was It wasn't bad. I didn't have no problems with it, and I enjoyed it. But you let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this episode and what you thought about this episode, and if you enjoyed this video. You hit this button right there in the upper right corner for all of my reviews. And if you enjoyed this video so much and want to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit those buttons, guys. And as always, hit this video. It won't be right here, but you'll be when you see the outro. Yeah, subscribe, do all that, and see you in the next one. Because I got more reactions. I got that Dead AE Extreme Rules review coming in. I got reactions, a whole bunch of reactions. Like I said, today or wherever these videos go up. It's probably gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of reviews and a lot of reactions, mostly, and maybe I squeak in the gameplay. So who knows? We'll see. We'll play it by ear. Peace out.